Hi, my name is Kieran Kenny. I'm an aftercare worker with TUSLA and I've worked with young people in care for over 20 years. This project is something I've been incredibly passionate about. I would have been involved in a very similar project in 2016 with my colleague Ian Doyle, where we looked and reflected at young people who maybe had complex backgrounds and difficult pasts and had fractured educational pasts, and we looked at aspects around their care experience, what worked well, maybe where we needed to improve, and really just trying to capture their voice, because I'm very conscious as an aftercare worker advocating on behalf of young people. It is a real privilege, but nothing can beat hearing straight from the young person themselves and for their own experiences. And I think one thing we've seen over the past number of weeks has been an incredible honesty. We have a group of amazing young people who've been involved in this project since week one, who haven't missed a week. The level of commitment has been phenomenal, but what has probably been more phenomenal even than that has been the sense of honesty around their own life stories, around their own experiences, acknowledging absolutely certain things were difficult, but certain things worked really well. And I think for myself as an aftercare worker, and I'd like to think for my colleagues too, it really gives us something to work with going forward. We've had a wonderful array of different speakers over the last few weeks, and I know the lads themselves have spoken positively. I want to acknowledge TUD for providing a wonderful space too, I have to say, for allowing us carry out this project. The conversations we've had in relation to people's own life stories has been difficult at times to hear, because there is a lot of hurt and a lot of past experience amongst the group, and there's been an incredible respect, I think is the word I'd use, regarding how the young people have listened and provided a space to be respected and heard within that group. We've spoken around every facet, I would nearly say, of their care experience, from young people speaking about their experiences of being taken into care right through to aftercare and beyond. And it has just been, it's been a privilege for myself as an aftercare worker to be involved in such a group. Football, no doubt, is a universal language. We've lots of different cultures here ourselves represented in the group, and that has been excellent.
Hi, my name is Stuart Lynch. I'm a social care worker with TUSLA Child and Family Agency. I'm based in Ballymun. Yeah, myself and the young people and Cohen, we've had such an amazing time over the last 4 or 5 weeks. The smile on the young people's faces is unbelievable. You know, when the first week we joined, we came together, didn't know who each other were, they were very shy, and then just three or 4 weeks in, they're fist bumping, they're celebrating each other's goals, they're running around, and it's great to see that kind of collectiveness coming together. You know, myself and Kieran, we set out this project. We said the aim is, I suppose, to build relationships and build friendships amongst the group, and also kind of find out on the young people what went well for them, and to find out their overall experience of their time in care. We've a game now on the 14th of June in Richmond Park with a couple of ex-professionals, and I really can't wait. All the young people are excited, it's all they talk about. And one young person came up to me and said that this is his best moment of his life so far, has been on the football pitch with his teammates, you know. And to me it was like, this is why we do it, this is why we do these type of projects, to create these memories for these young people. The young people are coming to us and saying, like, can we play for longer, can we stay on for longer, you know, and that to me shows that they're really enjoying it. And it goes, I'm kind of hoping myself that these young people stay friends past the project, you know. It's can kind of see the friendships that are being made out on the football pitch. It'll probably be one of my highlights in my career now, I have to say, will be walking out with these young people in Richmond Park in the tunnel on the 14th of June. It'll be one of the best memories that I can imagine that I'll have with these young people. I said probably when they never played on a ground such as Richmond Park, and to share this experience with them, and please God that their family members will show up and I suppose support them, because these young people deserve it. They're incredible young people, and you really do deserve the best.
I'm happy the way things are going with the project now. It's interesting and it's exciting. Obviously, you're more independent in aftercare. The plan was obviously good in some ways. It helped me out. The football was a big thing for me, to communicate with the group I was obviously living, and building closer bonds and getting to know each other differently, and you know, it was great. Yeah, so in a couple of weeks, obviously we'll be getting ready for a big game, so it'll be great for the experience for myself. Obviously, I'm going to try to get my own kids involved on that day as well. I'm going to try let them come and see my new friends and my old friends that I'm here with also too, and hopefully we'll have a good day on the event. It's meant to be happening, I suppose. Yeah, when I bring the kids down to play day, on game day, please God, they'll have fun. That's if they come anyway, you know. But
it's good for mental health and mixing with people for communication, and also I enjoy getting out and I love being around the same people that I like playing football with. There's also a lot of friendships build up and everyone's enjoying the football. I'm really looking forward to the big game day in Richmond Park. It'd be great for myself for experience, and everyone else. It'd be a great day. It'd be for everyone. Previously engaged in Aftercare, and this experience has been great. Positive is getting to know people within the group when you're going out. There's housing that I got from they got from myself, and mixing with people is great for myself as well. The project is great, and hopefully they do it in the future. You know, we haven't obviously ever walked out in Richmond Park, but having that feeling as a player and have obviously to be playing at Richmond Park would be an honour and be great.
My name is Conan Byrne. I'm a former professional footballer that played in the League of Ireland for 15 years. I'm currently a teacher out in Rush National School, and I got involved in this project because I'm very passionate about helping young people. The last few weeks have been nothing short of remarkable for me personally, even from a personal point of view, going home and understanding my situation compared to the lives of the lads that I've been coaching for the last 5 to 6 weeks, and hearing their stories and their struggles through life so far. Even the likes of Brandon coming all the way up from Carlow every week to take part in the sessions. It's just remarkable to see. Their football ability has come on leaps and bounds, because before this group hasn't really played football in the last couple of years. So to get them involved in football again, hopefully they can branch out and find local football clubs within their community as well. So look, as I said, it's been really, really good. Very passionate about it, and hopefully well, I already know it's a great success. I'm really looking forward to going back to Inchicore myself. Obviously I've played there for 6 years at St. Pat's, won everything in the domestic game there, so that brings back huge memories for me. So to be able to share that with the lads is something that I'm really, really looking forward to. Also bringing in past players of the football club to come down and have a little chat with them as well, and it gives the lads some inspiration as well, because some of the players and the guest speakers that I've spoken about have had their own stories within football, and they've managed to get through it and carve out a life in football. And I'm not saying that the lads that we've been working with are going to do that, but it gives them inspiration to maybe to achieve some goals that they may have found unrealistic before.
Well, when you gauge progress, I would never gauge it in the terms of ability to play football. I would gauge progress in the ability to communicate, to see people in different situations, young lads a little bit, coming in a little bit down on themselves and leaving in a different frame of mind. You can see lads who on the first day they were quiet and they were shy, and that's normal because I've been in that environment. Most of us have gone into a strange environment with a different group of people, but the progress has been unbelievable. You can see how relaxed they are, how much they're enjoying it, how much they respect each other, how much they help each other. A few of the lads have no football ability at all, but they're as part of the group and has made as welcome as the group as the ones who were keen footballers and have an ability to play football at a different level. So as a group of people, I think it's been absolutely brilliant. It's been heart-lifting for me personally to see the joy in all the lads, and and I hope they get something out of it that they'll bring forward in their life, and they'll understand that they might meet people who are shy or people who have a little problem, and they learn from being around this project that everyone can help everyone. And as we said at the very beginning, it's all about a team. Well, they're shaping up as a team now, and I think it's just a joy to watch. Well, absolutely, because anything that you do, you need a goal at the end of it. You need something to strive for, and you could come and you could do 4, 6, 5 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, and if you have no goal at the end of it, it just becomes a bit laborious. But the lads, all they're talking about now is their big day up in Inchicore, getting out on the pitch. Are we getting suits off Louis Copeland? That's in the mix. We'll have to see about that one. But anyway, it's no different from when I was managing professional footballers coming to the big event, the enthusiasm, the excitement, the expectation. And they have no difference than professional footballers I've managed at a top level. So yeah, it's brilliant, and they're looking forward to it, and I'm sure they'll have a memory that will definitely be ingrained for the rest of their lives for sure.
Yeah, I've been really happy to be a part of the project. I'm glad I joined up, and I hope to do something similar again. Yeah, a couple of the positives have been the friendships. I've made new friends with some great people. They're all really nice and they're easy to talk to and easy to get along with. My aftercare worker, Kieran, has been great. He's helped me organise student accommodation and getting into college. Yeah, I can't wait to go out to Richmond Park and experience what it's like to be somewhat professional, and my family will probably come along and watch, so that'd be nice. I'll probably be nervous, if anything, and probably also a bit jealous that I'm not doing it for real every weekend, but probably pretty excited as well. Yeah, it'll be class, can't wait.
The positives being coming out of my shell a bit more, doing things and talking to people that I wouldn't have met otherwise if it wasn't for this kind of thing. Football wouldn't be a normal thing I'd be interested in, but it's nice to be a part of a group that are into it, that show the passion for it, you know. These projects are very important for people in care, and still to this day I link in to the aftercare system on a daily basis, and it's helped me so far in life to go do things I never thought I would even do. The stuff that aftercare would help you with would be like looking after your house, your mental health, just normal feel like a human being and just being there for you. Positive role models and stuff like that. For like example, I struggle with reading and writing, dealing with forms is an absolute pain for me. But just to have somebody who's genuine in my life that's like, hey, you need a form filled in, come up to me, we'll help you. It means an awful lot to someone like me that hasn't got a family to fall back on. I'm delighted I got the opportunity to be part of this project again, and it was just wonderful. We heard an awful lot of different stories and backgrounds in this group, and it's just nice to meet some of the people. And because no matter what background someone comes from, you should never judge them, because everybody there's one chance in life to do something and to be part of something. And the one major thing that we have in the group is respect for each other, and everybody gets treated the same, and that's one thing I love. I personally wouldn't look down on anybody, but the positive thing about the group is everybody is the same, and you're treated, no matter where you came from, you're treated the same. It's nice to come somewhere every week and to feel like you have respect, and just the thoughts at the end of where everybody gets treated the same, no matter where you came from and no matter what you did. That's going to be the best feeling ever, especially on the pitch today.
You can see them grow. At the end of the day, like, you know, I've spoken about earlier about football being a universal language, but a sense of belonging is even more important, and you get that. They bonded very, very well. People are coming from such varied backgrounds, but yet what unites them is that sense of wanting to be part of something bigger than themselves and belonging to it, and they've definitely grown into it, amazingly so. I just think it's going to be spectacular. These lads have come through so many challenges in their life, and for them to be given this opportunity, I have no doubt about it, they'll grab it with both hands, and it'll be life-changing. You know, these are things that'll stick in their memory from years from now, you know.
My name is Brandon, I'm 21 years old. I like to play soccer because it's part of my dreams. I score the goals and help people defend. Like being on the teammates they help me how I trained and help me it's part of my dreams. Then my friends' stories help me train, kick the ball around. We go to Glasgow Saturday match, and it's gonna be amazing. Just look at where we come out to the tournament, just look up to the fans. Just be with my teammates, it's part of my heart. This is my football, my dream come true.
I think a lot of us in this room have grown and had shit upbringing and gone through a bit of shit. Yeah. How does sport kind of help you to go through certain growing up and stuff?
Well, I just use it as an escape. Every time I play football, it's 90 minutes, an hour and a half, whatever it is, where you just don't have to think about what's happening now. You know, I've been in houses where my ma's kicked me dad out, they're fighting and stuff like that, they're coming in drunk, drug abuse, stuff like that. But when I'm on the pitch, none of that stuff, I don't think of that stuff. And It's the one great thing, but you should always try and keep it separate, because sometimes it can dilute. And when you're here, just be here, be present. I know sometimes we all have shit going on, but when you're here, try and be here present, because when you start thinking about all that stuff, it'll be there waiting on you when you go home. I don't know if any of you have ever seen a podcast I did, but I called Under the Cosh. I actually nearly lost my life through the drink. I remember waking up Boxing Day with blood and stuff all over the bleeding ground, and nearly actually having to play a match that day, but thankfully I managed to turn it around. So it is what it is, but yeah, it was difficult.
Well, look, you tell the story, that's the main thing.
Exactly, that's it. That's what it's all about. We've all had dark times, but as long as we keep moving forward, that's all we can ask.
Just have to keep your head on the game.
Yeah, I have to keep your head in the game all the time.
If you're on the pitch, you just need for the half time get your bucket of water.
That's like that in life, and you just have to get the half time. So everything you do, just get the half time.
One of the things you sort of reflect at night after these nights, and you look and you think, wouldn't it be amazing, is I suppose the moment one of the lads scores a goal, and looking at their face knowing they've got a goal in Richmond Park, all of us jumping probably on top of them, the celebrations, the madness is, because there's been some wild celebrations down below here in TUD in Grange Gorman when we scored, but to think how much that will be magnified at such a greater level. In the idea, I suppose, of being present for see one of our lads scoring a goal in Richmond Park is probably one of the things I'm most excited about. I'm hoping now it won't be 0-0, I'm sure it won't, but it's something on a very personal level. I think I'd stand at Richmond Park and go, right, you know what a moment, this has made it all worthwhile, because it's been a joy to be part of. But if we could maybe get greedy, wouldn't I give anything to see one of our guys get a goal in Richmond Park? Brandon spoke to me quietly, and he said it on the first night. He was a little bit nervous. He said, this is my greatest dream, to think someday I might play in a stadium. And to think that Brandon could play in a stadium and maybe score a goal is something, I think that would be all our dreams. That would be the moment you just go, you know what, this life just can't get better than that. So there are little moments we hope maybe happen, but regardless if they do or don't, this has been just the most incredible few weeks of our lives, and something I don't think we'll ever forget, to be honest.
Just also like to thank Niall Muldoon, the Ombudsman for Children, for taking his time out to come and to chat with the lads about his role as Ombudsman, but also as a support psychologist, which was very appropriate, very apt, for given that the lads are involved in a football group. Also just to thank the Dormant Account Funds for making all this possible with the funding for the project. It's definitely money well spent, in terms of what the lads have got out of it, but also what we as a service are hoping to get at it by listening to these young people and as I say, about making a positive and effective changes in the lives of other young people that are going to be coming through the aftercare service in the coming months and years ahead.
I'd like to acknowledge the area manager, Debbie Talbot, in providing the level of support that has allowed us the space to meet these young people on a weekly basis, to share the pizzas, share the soft drinks, have the crack, and also have what will be incredibly lifetime memories, I've no doubts. Both the game itself from Richmond Park and the trip to Celtic Park is something that these guys will remember forever. And I think what they'll remember more so than the day itself is the friendships piece. I also want to acknowledge my colleague Stuart Lynch and all the work that he's put into assisting myself in putting this project together.